Hey mate, what are you doing with your headphones, kid? Coming up on this week's Retro Rubbish Show, we're going to have a look at some new software. We're going to go back to 1992 for some Crash re-reviews, and we got a big nose who's going to the USA. Want to know more? Why not join me and Emo for the Retro Rubbish Show? It's a whole lot of retro gaming fun for the retro weekend. Well, I'm still exhausted from Crash, but hell, we might even talk about that. So join me now on the Retro Rubbish Show. Emo, come on, do the business, run the tolls. Hello, welcome, as it says on the screen, to the Retro Robin Show with me, Wayne, and of course Emo there, my AI who dances to AY Robot, and he'll be busting some moves soon. So, what we got to talk about today? Oh, look at this! How cool is that? Thank you, Lee Chop Stevenson, for giving me a t-shirt from Crash Live 2022. It's gone, believe it or not. What a great show. Lots to talk about and lots of things to see and do, and some great talks. We had, of course, Alan Turvey was there. That was brilliant. He displayed. There's a reveal of a new Nixie game coming out. Ooh, and I love Nixie in the Sea to Doom. Which was a great platforming game, as well as the next team were there. Big thank you, of course, to the Retro Computer Museum up in Leicester. They brought lots of stuff, including the Sinclair C5, which indeed took us a long time to get, shall we say, Craig Turvey out of it. And what's on today's show? Well, we've got to have a look at some exclusive games. One of them was premiered at Crash Live 2022. One of them has just recently come out and is an absolute monster of a game. In fact, they're all pretty monster of a game. The premiere of the game that I'm about to show you is not actually finished yet. It's still work in action. However, there's enough of it there for me to show you. And we'll go back to some more Crash re-reviews. Also, we have a new feature. Celebrity guest on the phone. Well, not so much celebrity guest on the phone, just a guest on the phone. Who could be the guest on the phone today? Well, if we got one today, you'll find out later on in the show. So why not stay with me? And remember, as always, if you like today's show, remember to like, subscribe, share, and pass it on. Help the channel grow. Subscription is free, and I really appreciate it. Makes me worthwhile to be more entertaining for you and create more shows. So as well as the Crash re-reviews, we might even have a look at Played Again, as well as, some Commodore vs Spectrum if we get time. I haven't done one of them for a number of weeks, but I am planning to put a few in. And for that, of course, we want to get some of the two-player games out of the way. So I'll go to Brett, who's normally invades my territory, to have a two-player game with him on the Commodore vs Spectrum variety. Breaking news, yes, the Crash Christmas cover tape has come out, and look, isn't that nice? Well, let's put it that way. Hey, yeah, that's cool, really cool. Great tape itself as well, really well done. In fact, I will show you in a second. And here it is, look at that. There's like a little blue speck, let the autofocus catch up a little bit. Blue speckly thing there on the, it makes it look like it's little snowflakes. They're kind of really cool. I've been testing the files out. I've actually had one that didn't load, but I think that was more to do with my tape recorder settings than the actual file itself. So I've got to go over that again and check that that will work okay. Great talk. We got the Spectrum show live at Crash recorded, and that was on there too, so that was brilliant. We had Load ZX who come over again, and what are you doing here, man? He's busting some moves today. Came over and visited us. Unfortunately, Ben from Bike Delight wasn't able to make it. However, there was plenty of peripherals that were plugged into the back of the Spectrum that he'd provided. Big thank you to Ben, Bike Delight, for that. And Crash, of course, with Craig, had brought plenty of the annuals there for you to have a look at and even buy. Great loads of artwork from Oliver Frey. You had Simon Butler knocking about, as usual. Probably there to have a good chat with people. We don't mind that, of course. And, well, there was lots of people there, including my friend Richard the Beeper Hitman Hollins, who has created the next scene. So, without no further to do, as they like to say in the YouTube world, let's have a look at today's first game. Taking a look at today's first game, it is going to be an isometric game, and as you probably well know, some of the more recent isometric games I've not really been a fan of, but this one was revealed to us at the Crash Live 2022. It is, of course, by Lee Chop Stevens. Hence, t-shirt. And that music you can hear in the background is by Richard Hollins, who is absolutely phenomenal with bleeper music. We're looking at the loading screen there, and as always with a Lee Chop Stevens game, the loading screen is fantastic, really colourful, lots going on, and just an absolute bit of artistic eye candy. I'll let you listen to this music a little bit more while I take a sip of my water. So the game is called Super Hair Revenge of the Wizard. And what we're going to do now, as you can hear the bass line, almost sounds like it's speaking to you there, doesn't it? Yeah, that is actually just beeper music on the Spectrum. There's no AY there at all, it's purely beeper music. Great graphically effect on the border as always, but it's almost so bassy. You can almost get a bassy sound out of a simple on-off for the Sinclair Spectrum. Unbelievable. But we're not here to do this, let's have a look at the actual game itself. And of course, as always today, we've got the Harlequin 128K providing AY music, we've got the Plus 3, and we've got the Toast Rack as well, all lined up to provide some AY sound, which will add a little bit of atmosphere to the show. We've got a Mario game on the Harlequin today, providing the AY sound. Right, while I've been doing that, the game is proceeding to give you a demo. And it even shows you the ending sequence of when you get a game over. The keys are, you can use the cursor or interface too, but we can go with cursor. Let's give it a go, let's see what we think. So you start off in this room, and you can see the sprite. We've got two lovely graphical character animations there. That's the back of him. He's wearing a cape. A hair that wears a cape. Wow, you know, if I could wear the toupee. Oh look, he actually animated the character itself. First impressions, just look at the graphics, ain't they fantastic? I mean, the actual the hair itself, you know, for an isometric hair game, it's pretty good. So it's rotate left, rotate right, and you've got fire, so you can fire at things, and then those are your main ones. I don't know whether you got a jump. You should have a jump, shouldn't you? Yeah. We'll have to use 0 for jump if you're using cursors. This is fairly easy if you've got a next keyboard. But I was never a fan of the cursor myself. And just like the Night Law or many games of this variety, the screens do change colour as you hit them. Now, not all objects are dangerous, but you do have to shoot certain things in order to progress. There we go. That doesn't harm you, but it does nudge you out of the way. We get a few rooms which are basically filler rooms, I call them, for the map. There we go, got through that one quite comfortably, didn't we? And this is where the real challenge begins, because just like on the Night Law games or many games of this variety, we've got collapsible platforms, so as soon as you jump, oh, that was lucky. And we made it to the next room. See if we can get a bit further. Now, as I say, this isn't a game that's quite finished yet. However, you can already see the makings of an absolutely great isometric game. We've got all the usual elements that you need for an isometric game. A very cute playable character. I mean, look at that. He even blinks, doesn't he? If you stay still too long, he actually moves a little bit and he'll get annoyed. Good little animation, isn't it? So, right, this ghost here, he tracks you. So you just got to avoid him, and then obviously you don't want to be hitting any of those spikes, but they're fairly easy enough to avoid. Now these platforms as well, in order to get on there, you've got to jump on another platform, but they're like a conveyor belt as well. So when you jump on them, you can see how you're moving down there. So you've really got a short period of time in order to get on and get off, of course. Oh no, I've lost a life. Well, there we go. So let's see if we can get another room in play. Yes, a little bit challenging. The game doesn't slow down too badly, which has been a problem with most isometric games, is they do tend to slow down a little bit when you get lots of graphical characters that are on the screen. This one you've got to get on the lifts, and there you go. See this animation where you just looked to see what was coming and what was not. It's a nice little touch, that is, and only thing is there is no AY music in the actual game, but as I said, the game isn't finished itself. Whether they'll be able to do that and get the animation and get it running as smoothly as it is going, it's hard to say. First impressions, it's hard to give it a rating out of 10 simply because it isn't finished, and I can't really give it a rating out of 10, but for something that's coming out very soon by Lee Chop Stevens, it will be a very nice looking isometric game. Graphically superb in, well, almost every way. Quite a large graphical character, not a small isometric character at all. Love the room design, and yeah, is it going to be a good game? Well, yeah, I think it is, and I think it's off to a winner. What do you think? If I was to rate it now, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. Well, that's quite a high rating for an isometric game coming from Retro Robins, believe me. At the moment, it may even get higher when it's finished, but it's one to look out for from the future. Well, coming from the future, of course. So that was the first game. Let's have a look at today's next game that I've chose out this week. First game that I actually downloaded earlier this week, I've already given it a play. It's called Ringo. It has got AY sound, and it does tell you here at the start of the game, gives you instructions which may go in and out of focus because it's just black text on white screen. I do apologise for that ahead. It tells you if you're using an emulator to use FPGA for the best results, or if you've got an X or NGO, then use your VGA or RGB output for the proper timings. So let's have a look at the play of the game. Lovely opening screen, a little bit of a scrolling chain going on either side, different speeds, as well as some dots, and it's a puzzle game. But as you can tell by the loading screen, it's going to be quite blocky graphics. And that's the opening tune, and get to redefine the keys. There we go. QAOP are the keys. Every room will have like a little script, a scroll, and that's what that represents, and a key. So you press down for the scroll. Yeah, tells you what to do, and then you grab the key. And once you get the key, the door will open, which you can see there shining in the background. You'll be able to go through the door. So the first level is just basically an introductory of what to do. Now, as you can see, there's loads of nasty sort of blocky or spiky things on the floor there. So we read the scroll and it will tell you you've got to build a bridge. So, in order to build a bridge, you just press fire. And hopefully, you'll be able to drop down the other side. And you can remove a lot of things as well, so once I've got the key, back out the room. We won't go all the way, we'll go a couple of levels for you. Now as you can see, there's nothing here. The scroll will tell you, watch your head. That's just a clue, it doesn't tell you exactly what to do, but if you work it out, it's a case of your headbutt there in order to get higher. And now I need to build a duck. By pressing down you can duck, and obviously that's going to be the case. We can see we've got the key that we require just there, so now I've got the key. Hopefully we can get out that level too. I'm listening to the AY tune and it doesn't seem to be too repetitive. Look behind the blocks. Okay, so that's what we'll do in a minute. Obviously it looks like we've got a platform we can climb. There's nothing behind that block. Nothing behind that block. And nothing behind that block. So at the moment we haven't found anything. But that's what the whole idea of the game is, to search. We're not doing too good here, are we? So, okay. Wow, well, there's not many blocks left, is there? Ah, and there it is. The last block I've actually come to, I found the key. And that means I can go move on to the next level. Right, so... okay, so you've got a platform here that you can just work it out how to get up there. That's it, I've got it. If you hold down, you'll drop through the platform, and so on and so forth. Very, very sensitive on the controls, so very, very fast moving, to be fair, as well. It's not a bad game, not a bad game at all. I'm really liking the look of this, and it looks like a bit of a player. So yeah, it's not high res graphics, it's quite blocky graphics with zero colour clash, and every room has got a different challenge to it. I quite like the game, and if I was to give that a marks out of 10, I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10 because it's different, it's thinking outside the box, and I just love the playability of it. How big the actual game is, I do not know. It's now available to download. I'll drop some links in the description later on during the week, and give it a play. Tell me what you think, leave your comments in the comments below, and if you get time, obviously give this a play. We're going to have a look at another one that's an old game but remixed and redone. It's coming up next. Right, it's a new software company, but an old software company that's coming to fruition that we're looking at next. They're re-releasing this game and done a little bit of a remix on it. RX, Asteroids RX by, of course, Midnight Brew. As you can see in the picture, we've got the cassette and the cardboard cover. If you'd have been in Crash Live 2022, you could have picked this up too. And what a lovely looking loading screen, very colourful for a game that is basically wireframe. So you know what you're going to get with the actual game, but is it any good? I do like the new software name, Midnight Brew. I think it is really good. Hence, I've got a big poster of it in the background here, and that was all provided to me, as well as... Where's it gone? Oh, you know, when they put things down and I always forget where to put them. It's not good, is it? It's around here somewhere. I've got a cup. with the same logo on. It's really good. And lo and behold, I can't find it. So, you don't want to see this loading all the way. What we'll do is we'll wait till it's fully loaded and we'll give it a good play and see what we think about it. Just out of interest, we've got the tow truck in the background playing a great tune from Beethoven's Revenge, which was released earlier this year, and I thought it was quite a good game. Didn't get the best of ratings in Crash though, but then I don't always have to agree with what they've got to say. Right. You've got to be careful here, because even though you choose, there's a lot of names there to beat, isn't there? You've got a whole load of names on there, and a lot of them are to do with, I think we know who Andy Jones is. They're all lovely fellas, aren't they, really? Let's redefine the keys. And right, left, thrust we can use as A, hyper we can't use. See, that's the only bugbear I've got, is I can't use the keys like S and stuff like that. So for hyper, can we use enter? No. Can we use J? Space? No. Okay. P. Okay, we'll go for 1, 2. S. R. E. No. So we need a fire button now, don't we? You can't choose your keys. It really is quite tricky to use your keys. In fact, we'd have probably been better using... we can use V. V for fire. So I'm going to redefine them now, and hopefully we'll get some keys that I can use. So right, left, thrust, hyper. No, we can't use V. So thrust is going to be B. And fire, what can we use as fire? We can use enter as fire. And by pressing enter you can change the colour of the screen. You can choose what colour you want it to be. For this instance we're going to go for the original white on black look, or shall we go for a colour? I think we'll go for white and black, and then of course to start the game you just simply have to press fire. But there we are, and we'll turn the sound of the Beethoven so you can hear the sound effects of the actual game. Wow, nice. Wow, very nice. Ooh, how did I avoid that? You automatically slow down, but you've got inertia, and the inertia is really well done. Really well done. Very, very similar to the arcade. And the fire is very rapid as well. Well, as always, on this sort of game, I am absolutely rubbish. And you can hear there's a beeping in the background. Let's turn that music down. Can you hear it? It's just got an intensity about it. So for the game that has, shall we say, recreating the original arcade experience of the wireframe game sort of thing, which I forgot the name of it. What do they call it? What's that projection? Yeah, because I remember the game itself was originally released in 1979, and I wasn't even 10 by then, of course. By who was it? Was it Lyle Raines and Ed Logg or something like that? Originally released it back in 1979 by Atari, of course. I think so. And I remember there being a wireframe game. Well, it was it's like the Vaxtrek sort of thing. Just it sort of used the scan lines to create that effect. And at the time was quite revolutionary and quite smooth, and it holds up today and still as playable and as enjoyable as ever. So I highly recommend it. Get yourself a copy. Obviously, for the game of that type, it is of its era. It's not going to get any better than that. You have to give it a 9.5 out of 10 for playability, for looks, and for recreating the original arcade experience. And that's all the new games we've seen today, so let's go for the Crash re-reviews. Right, we're going back to Crash January 1992, issue number 95. The Crash would have cost you £2.20. On that magazine, though, you also had a Crash cover tape. Yes, a tape full of games for £2.20, including a magazine. You can't recreate that sort of gold these days because it just wouldn't be cost effective. The game we're looking at here, Titanic Blink, well, it's a Zeppelin games production, and we've got a ghost. It looks like Ghostbusters in a shall we say one of those rings that you get, life rings, that you get thrown overboard if you're cast in the sea somehow. Trying to remember what it was I was trying to say there. Presentation was given 85%, graphics was given 83%, sound was given 77%, which is quite interesting because I don't think there's much sound in this, yet it got 77% rating. Playability was 85%, addictive quality is 83%, so overall its rating got 83%, which is quite high. But we're going to have a look now to see if it has got sound. Oh, I broke it. So we continue this at a later date. I hadn't actually broke it, I just loaded the screen setting separately to keep it on the screen a little bit longer. I did what was it, you saved the screen file? Right, so we got keyboard, Kempston or Sinclair. I'm going to go for keyboard. The keys are the usual QAO, P and M, and you're this little guy here, which you have to fire at these sort of things here, and yes, that is all the sound it has got. Some of them take your energy away, others provide you with energy. Those are the ones that take your energy away, so you want to avoid them. Let them explode and get out of the way quickly. That one you need to collect. That's the way. Get a nice sound effect when you collect them. That one you can collect, yep. And when you've collected enough of those, you've got to make your way up to the top. Ooh. Some of them are different letters. Different letters come appear. I presume that means they're different things. I'll tell you what I like about the game. Graphically, it's beautiful. You look at the sprite, he taps his foot if you leave him for too long. And he does like a little eye blink as well. So it's, generally speaking, his animation is just a couple of feet bouncing up and down like little loaves of bread, if you like. And I think this is the wrong AY music that I've put to the game because it's making it sound like a really intense game, when actually it's quite a relaxed sort of laid back sort of game that you can play at your own particular pace. And we'll get that. We need to sort of make our way up to the top now. In order to do that, I've got to find a way to might have to take a leap of faith here and launch myself over there. Missed, I'm going to drown. There you go. You can end up getting yourself off the edge of the boat, but I've got plenty of score already, and plenty of people texting me while I'm trying to record. Always the way, honestly. Well, I didn't know that we could make it onto there, so I didn't need to jump, did I? Trying to get that bee there to buzz off. Oh, I need that, thank you very much. So we've now got those three. We've got to make our way a little bit higher. Right, where was we? We was going to go and try and get up there somehow. So I think I've got to navigate myself across the screen. Many of the screens do seem to repeat themselves. And as I said earlier, there's not really a time limit on it, so it's not a difficult game at all. I think we can get up there. Yeah, here we go. The ladders are a little bit tricky to climb up, but we can, these, shall we say, the rope. And I think some certain creatures, you look at the sprites. Aren't they the cutest looking sprites? It seems a shame almost for me to destroy them, but that I must do in order to get past them without losing too much energy. Yeah. I like that, thank you very much. Now when you get to this part here and you've collected a certain number of items, you sort of deposit them in there, the top of the ship. As I say, certain creatures can be destroyed, but the majority of them cannot be. And if you touch them, well, it's not a good thing, you lose a lot of energy. Oh, and that will take your energy down pretty sharply as well. Look at the way he goes down the rope, sort of like a little bounce. Obviously you don't go down there because you'll drown. Oh, have I found an unfair death sequence? Yes, indeed I have. And for that reason, I'm not going to say it's an overall 83% rating. I don't mind it. It's graphically looks great. Don't get me wrong. Sound-wise, it's very disappointing. Why they've got it as 77% sound when it's got the occasional bleep here and there. Back in the day, I have no idea. For that reason, I'm only going to give that a 7 out of 10. It's originally got 83%, which you could say it wasn't far off a Crash Smash, but I didn't think it was good enough. It was lacking on many departments, including the sound, but graphically, it wasn't. And would I go back and play it again? Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm a bit undecided about that. Moving on then. Right, the next game is going to be a racing game by ImagineWorks. Casino Heat. In fact, we really do need to have a look at that loading screen, don't we? And there's a loading screen that I wanted to show you. And wow, I've got to just say, wow, what an absolutely lovely looking loading screen. Very colourful, lots going on. Great graphic drawing of both the police car and the red police car, because they're both police cars. ImagineWorks, well done for the loading screen. That is amazing. You wouldn't mind having that as an image on one of these frames, would you? I thought that was a great loading screen. But we're not here to look at the loading screen. We're here to have a look at the game. So let's get it loaded and see what we think about it. Starts off with the letters Casino Heat with a bit of an AY tune playing. This game would have cost you £10.99, ouch, for cassette. Didn't come out on disc, unfortunately. What did Crash make of this back in 1992 on issue number 95? Well, presentation was given 53%, graphics was given 50%, sound was given 58%, and this has got a lot more sound than the gas game that we just seen, which had 77%. Was given 58%, playability 54%. Shut up, Mum, I'm talking. Yeah, you, shut it. Addictive quality is 51%. Overall rating then was 49%. Oh, it sounds a bit intense though, but what is that? I'm just looking at the graphics already before the game starts, and I can see that the guy standing next to the car that's coloured in red, just look at the side of his feet there. Look at them. Huh? What sort of graphics is that? Look at it. His feet are huge. And they've not really made an effort there, have they? I mean, you can see his buttons of his coat, but what, is he wearing a hat or what? It's so funny. Anyway, so we're into the game. QAOP in space. And we've got AY sound in the game, which is the same sound as before. Look, it's wireframe road. This is just weird. Oh, that was nice. That when the horizon come over, it's kind of weird. But the colour clash is dreadful on the cars, and you've got a high and low gear. Now I know you have to do a complete solid right turn. You've got a certain time limit. I'm in fourth, third. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's a good little effect with the roll in the car. But boy, it sort of landed upright. That's okay. Fine. It's a little bit off on the driving experience. I'm flying from left to right with real problems and real issues. The only way I can stably stay on the road is to stay in low gear, but where's the fun of that? And the lorries, they just look like blocks. That means, here you go, look, you've got to do a full right turn. See the sign there telling you to do that way? You have to do that, and then and I can't seem to get past that guy. Yeah, we're crossing the roads here, so when you get back in the high gear, build up a bit of speed. I'm not so sure about that wireframe looking type of road markings. Oh, there's a car in the way, and that's also in the 9. Sometimes you get a car, you get a tram, or you'll get a coach. And I seem to be crashing more times than I'm actually driving. But the trees on the sides, they look alright a little bit. They're not too bad graphics. But they just seem to be flickering more than changing size. Yeah. You crash if you don't turn the right way. And now I'm losing a lot of speed indeed, so I need to speed up a little bit. Well, that music is definitely doing my head in. And there you go, you can't get around that, so you just basically crash through it. You can, but you've got to be so spot on pixely. And I've crashed before I even got there. So whether something's actually come up from behind me and hit me, I don't know. But I crashed before I even got there. I actually made that turn, but I'm out of time. And we had to change the scenery there, unfortunately. So overall rating there, 5 out of 10. Yeah, I've got to totally agree, really. Exactly that, 5 out of 10. The music is absolutely dreadful. Put some decent on. Would you have paid $10.99 for that game and been happy with it? I know I certainly wouldn't have done. I know I'd have tried a sneaky one saying, oh, this don't load properly, can I change it for another one please? Basically, it's crap. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at another one then. Right, this game I've probably reviewed before, but it was in this Crash edition, so I want to review it again. The game, of course, is Bubble Dizzy. Oh, tune. We've got the Polaris 3 in action here now with the AY tune from a game called Black and White, and of course they're using the AY tune of the great Michael Jackson Black and White 2020. This game came out. I've got it as a TRD file, which I had to convert in order to get it to work on the Plus 3, and it wasn't easy. Anyway, enough of that. By Codemasters, £3.99 with a cassette with a costume. The ratings was presentation 77%, graphics 72%, sound 66%, playability 48%. Now I'm not so sure about that rating, to be quite honest, because I've played this a lot. Played this a lot and I thought it was a good game, but then, you know, I'm not going to spoil things for you here. Addictive quality is 49%, but its overall rating, believe it or not, was only 59%. We'll have a brief look at the loading screen with any luck. It does have 128k sound because, well, it's a Disney game, it's Scanner, isn't it? So we'll have to turn that down ready for when this loads up. Loading screen, there it is. I'm sure you've seen this game before. It's been played on a couple of platforms. Oh, that's brush and load, isn't it? Good thing is we got refindable keys. That's always a bonus when you get that happening. Oh, great stereo sound. I know you're going to get a mono effect, but the stereo sound is, well, phenomenal. And just had to put my speaker. I didn't realise I knocked the speaker off. Wow. %, for sound. Really? Listen to that. There's some work gone in that AY tune, I can tell you now. That is nice. Who did the AY music? Really good. Really good. Well, let's go and redefine the keys. Oh, so this music goes off while you redefine the keys. Can we choose every key that I want to choose? Down. Oh, nice sound effect. I hate that when there's either right and left in a different way than most people do it. Okay, so now how do we start the game? 0, of course. Okay, let's get some tunes on because we don't seem to have a AY tune. I know how this works. You've got to get yourself back up the top. That nasty gentleman there's just kicked me, made me walk the plank. And you've got to catch it. This game is ridiculously difficult, if I remember rightly. The smaller bubbles travel faster than the bigger bubbles. But I think you have to sort of get up the level at a time. And I've got to time a button. Well, that was quick. I was dead before I started. Ah, so it's up to jump. Okay. Gotta get these bubbles. Gotta get on these bubbles. I keep getting on a medium-sized bubble, and before you know it, there was a bubble there. No, that's the thing that's wrong with the game. Is if the bubble goes off the screen, it doesn't necessarily return. How are you supposed to get up the top if you can't? Look, it's really hard. Really hard game to play. Oh, them little bubbles are the better ones. I can jump. Oh, great. We've got a shark and everything going on now. Oh, I nearly landed on the right bubble there. I'm slowly getting to the top. I nearly made it there. No. How lucky was that? Oh, get off. Oh, please don't start me. You're going to start me at the bottom, aren't you? No? Okay. I got something from out the shell. Oh. Am I going to make it, do you think? Yes! I've got off the first section. I didn't think I was going to do that. And that's basically what you've got to do. These horrible bleeper sounds contrasted with the AY sound. Yeah, so, okay, so things are... Oh, you can ride the back on a whale. I hope it's a whale. Can you ride the whale? Yeah, you have to... Yes, you can. The sharks are deadly, though. The whale doesn't go that high. So it's another case of... get to each ledge, you know, to get... Ah, I'm dead anyways. Yeah, I have played this a lot, and I know it's difficult, but it is a good game. It's a nice looking graphic, of course, in the background. The whale's really quite good, to be fair. Not much animation in that, though. The little wavy lines of the water does actually give it the effect of you being underwater. Oh, look. Maybe if I stand there long enough, I'll actually end up going to the top of the game. Maybe. Who knows? Right, do I agree with what Crash said? 6 out of 10? I'm going to give it an extra half. I'm going to go 6.5 out of 10 and say it was slightly better than the review they gave it. Certainly because the sound was better than what they gave it. The sound is definitely a lot better than the last one. Yeah, so what do you think? Have you played this game? Did you like it or did you find it as difficult as I did? Probably did. file that begins with R. Give me a second or two and I'll catch up. I've got the file I want, took me some finding. The game is called Round the Bend. £9.99 cassette or £14.99 disc. Ouch. Right, the ratings are to go over 5. We'll make this the last one for this show. Presentation 77%, graphics 73%, sound 72%, playability 67%, addictive quality 67%, overall rating then 70%. So I'm expecting big things for this, but I know not to expect too much because very often it can be quite disappointing. I'll turn the music down because I know what's coming up in the way of a beeper tune. Hopefully we get a brief look at the loading screen. And that is it. Dull. Okay, not a lot to the loading screen, I'm afraid. Ouch. When you amplify beeper music via your Spectrum using external speakers, it can come across one of two ways. It can come across really good, or it can come across really harsh. And in this case, it's really harsh. You've got those 4 characters that you're going to play with there. One looks like Roman Rat to me, but we're going to dispense with that, put back up the Nixie and the Seeds of Doom, which is an absolutely brilliant platformer. If you ever get a chance to play that one from Bitmap Software, which is now changed to, shall we say, Midnight Brew, is it? Midnight Brew. They're changing the name. I used to like Bitmap Software. Why have they changed the name? Right, we can redefine the keys. That's always a Brucey bonus, whatever game it is. It's always good when you're able to choose your own keys in games. I always think that is a must for most people who like playing. Right, we're going to enlarge that screen a little bit because that is not the greatest of pictures. It's going to be really hard trying to keep this one in focus. Choose your character, which in this case we're going to be this guy. Press up with the crocodile, and we've started at this door. So we've got to just basically, oh, I've missed the jump straight away. To jump, I'll go on and on. You can, as you can see, you can change the arrow along the top to choose which entrance you go in. I'm going to go to this entrance here, and then you choose your character to go in. Hopefully, come on, where are you going? There we go. Oh, what am I this time? Looks like Snoopy to me. What do you reckon, Snoopy? Oh, go back in there. Ah, now I know where jump is. Anything that moves on the screen is deadly, so just try not to touch anything. And you've got to go around collecting things, but knowing exactly where you've got to collect them is... Oh, I've drowned. So, we'll try somebody else, shall we? Come on then. Ah, you have to press up to select up. Croc again this time. Just remember how to jump. You use fire to jump. Really bad timing. Really bad timing. Oh, come on. That had gone, hadn't it? Surely. I can get frustrated with this very quickly. Let's try a different room. Ah, there we go. I don't know what they're meant to be, bouncing teddy bears or what. I've collected something there, that's good. Oh. Ah, that is so tough. Tragic game. Can you feel the concentration, people? Can't collect more than one item at a time. Okay, that's fair enough. Look, I've made it to another door. Can you believe it? Yeah, definitely can't collect. Don't tell me it started. No, it hasn't. Oh, hit the ground. Right then, what do I think of the game? Well, I'm not too impressed with it, to be honest with you. Oh, I'm out of the screen. It did get 70%. I wouldn't give it that. It's very... I don't know, the screen's full of graphics, no doubt about that. But they're just sort of... I don't know, too much, if you know what I mean. Too many details in each one of the bricks. Did it need that much to do that? Not really. You know, the game just looks a bit... You know, the way that the characters can merge behind the scenery, it's just annoying. I didn't like it. A very difficult game, very unplayable. For that reason, I'm only going to give it a 5 out of 10. Not the 70% that Crash originally gave it. Do you agree? As always, you know what to do. Leave your comments in the comments below. I haven't got a Crash rating for this next game, but I'm going to have a look at it anyways and give it the replay. So we're going to give it a replay. Big Nose and his USA adventure. Not me, the game. And at the moment, we don't get much in the way of sound. However, we can fix that in a moment, can't we? Yay, we got some AY tune in the background. Remember how to do the keys and redefine the keys? Oh, it's okay. I love it when we can redefine keys. Ow! What was that? Listen! What sort of sound is that? What are we expecting? Well, look at that for a character. And he throws rocks. And you've got to be pretty fast at throwing them rocks as well. Oh, got me. I didn't even have a chance to throw the rock then. Ah, food. Oh, I'll have that, thank you very much. Well, the scrolling's a little bit blocky, but not too bad. It's a very colourful game. There's a bouncing bomb up there. You do kind of don't know where to go, if you know what I mean. It's a bit unforgiving if you miss your platform, that's for sure. But I'm getting the general idea. Oh, I can't jump up there. Okay, so I presume you've got to make your way up there. Right down to the bottom again. Oh, that's unusual, isn't it? Where you just walk past them and they just catch you. But I can't put my name in. How far up the scores have I got? Should we give it another go? See if I can do a little bit better. I got on the score sheet, so that can always be a bonus. First level. Here we go. Come on, we can do this. Just blast everything that comes into sight. Huge sprite. Get rid of the fire, that's good. That must be a drink. We can't go that, we can't jump through there, although you'd think we almost could. I don't know why I fell there. I felt like I had landed on that platform. There again, I felt like I'd landed on that platform, but for some unknown reason, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my life, you can't jump onto the platform, you have to walk onto the platform. Oh no, right back where we started. And if we don't use loads of these bullets, we'll get hit by one of them. There. And even though I destroyed that fire has mysteriously disappeared. Here we go again. Round in circles. Now I did jump. Oh wow. Oh, at least it did start me in the right place. Give it, marks it up for that. But I'm finding it really tricky. But I'm getting there. Oh, don't. He did. I said don't, and it did. Lo and behold. Well, that's a nice looking effect, isn't it, with the fire? I must admit, that's a good game. I like that. Yay! That fire that was there earlier that I was worried about has now mysteriously disappeared. So I presume you've just got to get as high as you can. Maybe you're based on a skyscraper? Oh. Right, graphics, great. Nice looking blue background. Vibrant colours of the Spectrum in full glory here, of course. It's got a reasonable amount of frustration about it, but there's something about it. Look, even though I've destroyed all them flames, they're back. And I can see myself wanting to play this more. Now the only reason why is because I want to see how high I can get. Oh, is that how you get this side of the map? Is literally drop down. Oh, good thing is it did start me from there. Oh, anyone for the beer? And with that said, it's time to end the show. Out of 10. I tell you what, I kind of liked it. I don't know why, but I don't know what I was doing, but I kind of like it. I thought it was graphically great, to be fair. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 until I play a bit more. I'm going to give that big nose. That'll be me then. Goes to the USA Adventure, an 8 out of 10. Well, that concludes the Retro Show, Retro Robin Show for this month, or this week, shall we say. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see if we found a hidden gem. One or two of those games remind you a bit of nostalgia. Did you play them before? Have you ever seen them before? If not, give them a go. Why not? The TAPS files are free and easy to download. If you need to know where to get those files from, Spectrum Computing, they're all available there, and give them a play. And because that was in the later years of the Spectrum, the graphics tended to be a lot better with a lot less colour crash. Doesn't necessarily mean they were better games than some of the earlier years, but they were definitely worth a play. Right, the usual thank yous go to Matthew Lowe, Richard Hollins, Lee Chop Stevens, Dean Jones's Q's, Hotshot Snooker, and of course for you for sticking with me for so long. In the meantime, depending on where you watch this and when you watch this, from me and from Emo, you have a nice working week or weekend. From Retro Orange, it's bye from now, and I'll see you again soon. Oh, thanks for that, Emo. Bye bye, and be neighbourly.